Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Wednesday, January 18, 2023, and giving you our team picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. Dallas Mavericks vs Atlanta Hawks. In the first game of a Wednesday night NBA on ESPN doubleheader, the Atlanta Hawks will travel to the American Airlines Center to take on the Dallas Mavericks. The Hawks, 22-22, have won 3 straight games and trail Indiana by a half game for 8th place in the Eastern Conference standings. On Monday, Atlanta shot a sizzling 59% from the field during a 121-113 home victory versus Miami. Dallas gave up a boatload of points in a 140-123 loss to the Portland Trail Blazers Sunday. The Mavericks rested star Luka Doncic, who had a season-low 15 points in 35 minutes in Saturday night's loss. Luka will be back for this game against Atlanta, and the Mavericks are a completely different club, obviously, with him back in the lineup. They have not been efficient on the defensive end this season, ranking 25th in defensive rating. Injuries have a lot to do with it, as they have been without Josh Green, Maxi Kleber, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Our team pick is Mavericks here to cover. This is a good get-right spot for Dallas with Atlanta coming to town. They hold a 24-21 record heading into this contest against the Hawks, but they are far better than their record indicates. Luka will be back, and the Mavericks will win and cover. Knicks vs Wizards. The Washington Wizards and New York Knicks meet Wednesday in NBA action at Madison Square Garden. Let's preview this game and give out a pick and prediction. There is no line at the time of publication, probably due to Beal's status. Even if he plays, he should be limited with minutes. The bigger issue for Washington is its lack of rebounding. That showed against the Warriors because while Porzingis is 7'3", he doesn't move that well and he shoots a lot of three-pointers. That takes him away from the basket, so offensive rebounding isn't his thing. Robinson can also defend the paint and keep Porzingis from going off in the paint or on perimeter. Our team pick is New York Knicks to cover. Kyle Kuzma had 40 points on Friday, and the Knicks will make sure that doesn't happen again. Houston Rockets vs Charlotte Hornets. In Wednesday night NBA action, the Charlotte Hornets will visit the Toyota Center to battle the Houston Rockets. The Hornets, 11-34, are in the midst of a 5-game losing streak and own the worst overall record in the Eastern Conference. On Monday, Charlotte was unable to slow down MVP candidate Jason Tatum, 51 points, during a 130-118 home loss versus Boston. The Charlotte Hornets aren't winning games, but the Rockets have been the worst team in the NBA within the last month. The Rockets have lost 11 consecutive games, and it's been just as ugly on their home court, where they have lost 9 in a row. Most of the losses have been by large margins, losing by double digits in 8 of the losses in the slide. Our team pick is Charlotte Hornets -3 points. Furthermore, the Hornets are generating points. They have averaged a solid 120 points in their last 4 road games, including a 138-109 road win in Milwaukee in that span. The Rockets' defense has been atrocious, surrendering 119 or more points in 5 of their last 6 games. New Orleans Pelicans vs Miami Heat. The Miami Heat looks to bounce back from a loss with a victory on the road Wednesday versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Miami is 24-21 and first in the Southeast Division, won 1/2 games in front of the second-place Atlanta Hawks. Miami lost to the Hawks on Monday night 121-113. The loss snapped a 3-game winning streak for the Heat. Miami entered Saturday having seen the under post a 24-21 mark in their games this season, including staying under the number in 6 of their last 8 games. The Heat stand 6th in the league in turnovers as they commit only 13.5 turnovers per contest. Miami is a slower than average team in tempo as they are 28th in that category, with an average of 96.9 possessions a night. New Orleans has seen the over hit in 25 of their 44 games on the year heading into this contest. The Pelicans are 21st in the league in turnovers by committing 15.2 per contest this season. New Orleans is slightly above average in tempo as they are 12th in the league with 100.1 possessions per contest on the year. Our team pick is New Orleans Pelicans plus 1.5 points. 7 of the last 8 meetings and 8 of the last 10 between the teams have stayed under the number. With Ingram and Williamson missing, coupled with the Heat's weak offense, this game winds up under the total. Memphis Grizzlies vs Cleveland Cavaliers. The FedEx Forum will play host to a Wednesday night NBA clash between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Memphis Grizzlies. The Cavaliers, 28-17, are 4 games below .500 on the road and are tied with Philadelphia for 4th place in the Eastern Conference standings. On Monday, Cleveland outscored New Orleans by 13 points during the 4th quarter to earn a 113-103 home victory. It is looking more like we won't be getting the Marquis Mitchell-Morant matchup. MedicalNewsToday.com states that even a grade 1 groin strain takes a week minimum before a person gets going again. Surely, that's a regular schmo like you or I, but it still sounds like Mitchell be out and we will play it as such until we hear the contrary. Both teams have been shooting at the same clip over their last 5 games, but Memphis has averaged 14.4 more field goal attempts in that span and 7.2 more makes than the Cavs. The Grizzlies are a freight train right now, and if Mitchell isn't there to try and match some of that steam, things could get ugly. Our team pick is Memphis Grizzlies minus 6 points. The Grizzlies are currently holding their opponents to the lowest shooting percentage from the floor and the 8th least amount of points per game. They won't allow Cleveland to efficiently score, which will allow them to pull away. Memphis will also contest shots near the rim and on the perimeter, which will make it much more difficult to score. Oklahoma City Thunder vs Indiana Pacers. The Indiana Pacers look to snap a 4-game losing streak on Wednesday when visiting the Oklahoma City Thunder. Indiana is 23-22 and 3rd in the Central Division, 5.5 games behind the first-place Milwaukee Bucks. Indiana was defeated by the Bucks 132-119 on Monday night. The leading scorer for the Pacers was Miles Turner with 30 points. Indiana committed 16 turnovers and was out-rebounded by Milwaukee 41-37. Oklahoma City has covered the spread in each of its last 6, and over that span the Thunder are 5-1 straight up. Oklahoma City has a very strong point guard in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is averaging 30.6 points, which is 1st on the team and 5th in the NBA. Oklahoma City has covered the spread in each of its last 5 when playing against a team from the Eastern Conference. Indiana is playing without its high scorer, leader in assists, and leader in steals Tyrese Haliburton. This has created problems at both ends of the court for Indiana. I will be sticking with the home team in this matchup, and I am going to lay the points, minus 4.5. The Pacers are without Tyrese Haliburton in this game, and they have continued to struggle on the defensive end of the court. The Thunder are also 6-4 in their last 10, and they've won 3 straight. They are playing great basketball right now, and SGA is very difficult to stop. He will lead the Thunder on the offensive end of the court and carry them to victory. OKC is also scoring the 9th most points per game, and they have the 10th lowest adjusted defensive rating, according to dunksandthrees.com. They are getting the job done on both ends of the court, and I see that trend continuing in this one. Our team pick is Oklahoma City Thunder minus 4.5 points. Indiana is holding their opponents to the 22nd least amount of points per game, and they have struggled to defend behind the arc. The Thunder will score consistently throughout and cover the spread in this game. Clippers vs Utah Jazz. The LA Clippers complete a back-to-back on Wednesday when visiting the Utah Jazz after hosting the Philadelphia 76ers on Tuesday. LA is 2nd in the Pacific Division at 23-22 and 2.5 games behind the first-place Sacramento Kings. The Clippers defeated the Houston Rockets 121-100 on Sunday, and the Clippers have won 2 of the last 3. I am going to take the Clippers ML on the road, as I see their defense being the difference maker in this game. According to dunksandthrees.com, the Clippers have the 5th lowest adjusted defensive rating, and they are surrendering the 3rd least amount of points per game. Lauri Markkanen is currently listed as questionable, as I don't trust this Jazz team without him. They won't be able to efficiently score, as they will slowly fall behind in this game. Utah has also struggled on the defensive end of the court this season, as they will allow Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers to consistently score throughout this game. They are currently allowing the 23rd most points per game, and they have the 26th lowest adjusted defensive rating. Los Angeles will find open shots throughout this game, and I expect them to take advantage. They are shooting 37% from behind the arc, which is the 9th highest three-point shooting percentage in the league. Our team pick is Los Angeles Clippers and take the money line. Utah won't slow them down, and they will score enough points to win this game on the road. Denver Nuggets vs Minnesota Timberwolves. The Minnesota Timberwolves look to bounce back from a loss with a victory on Wednesday when visiting the Denver Nuggets. Minnesota is 22-23 and tied for second in the Northwest Division with the Utah Jazz, 9 games behind the first Nuggets. Minnesota was defeated by the Jazz 126-125 on Monday night. The loss snapped a 2-game winning streak for the T-Wolves, but Minnesota has won 6 of its last 8. Keep tracking the injury report, and if Rudy Gobert doesn't suit up, take the Nuggets to cover. Although Denver plays on the second night of a back-to-back, the Nuggets will dominate the Timberwolves in the paint if Gobert hits the sidelines. Also, the Timberwolves are struggling to defend the three-point line, which is a huge issue when you take on the Nuggets. Our team pick is Denver minus 5.5 points. Denver will be able to limit Minnesota to single-shot possessions and will ultimately pull away in this one. Lay the home chalk here. Los Angeles Lakers vs Sacramento Kings. The Sacramento Kings continue a road trip through Wednesday night with a game in Los Angeles against the Los Angeles Lakers. Sacramento comes into Wednesday 6 games above .500 on the year, riding a 4-game win streak following a 13-point win against the San Antonio Spurs. Defensively, Sacramento did just enough, allowing only 119 points as San Antonio shot 51.6% from the floor, but Sacramento forced 10 turnovers in the victory. Offensively, Sacramento was dominant, making 55.1% of their shots and 46.7% from beyond the arc to score 132 total points, including 64 in the first half. The Kings can score against any team in the league, but their defense has been pretty much awful so far this season. LeBron James will orchestrate Los Angeles' offense, and the Lakers will attack the rim all night long. The Kings enter Wednesday's game on a 4-game winning streak, and the Lakers have just snapped a 3-game losing streak by defeating the Rockets. Sacramento has played well against the Lakers this season. They are 2-1 against the spread against the Lakers. The Lakers are 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games. But the Lakers have been inconsistent this year at best. The Kings have shown their offensive prowess and playing really well at the moment. Our team pick is Sacramento Kings minus 3.5 points.